What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a Liverpool video where we will talk about Liverpool's magnificent victory against Sheffield United. Also that Liverpool went a whole year, 365 days, without losing a Premier League game. That is an incredible record, so I applaud Jurgen Klopp and these players. They have been absolutely magnificent. And let me know guys, do you think that this Liverpool team are in contention to be the best ever in the Premier League's history? Because I certainly think so. This team so far is even better than Manchester City's Centurions getting 100 points. Liverpool are on course to get an incredible 110 points. I apologize that this video was one day late. I was just very tired yesterday and I spent the day with my girlfriend. Injuries are really piling up for Liverpool, but so far so good. Liverpool 19 wins and 1 draw in 20 games. If you count the last 9 games of last season, 29 games, 28 wins and 1 draw. And Sheffield United have been very impressive up until this point. They are the biggest surprise packages of the season in my opinion. Fighting for Champions League football as a newly promoted side is incredible, but I think Liverpool nullified them brilliantly. Jurgen Klopp really examined Sheffield United and their tactics, and they knew how Sheffield United wanted to play, because Liverpool really stopped their biggest threats. They stopped getting the balls to Musse and Goldrick. They also stopped Lundstram and Norwood and John Fleck getting onto the ball and making the play as for Sheffield United. And also, of course, it was helped that Liverpool got an early goal, but this was a really one-sided game without actually Liverpool breaking a stride. Liverpool just looked a fitter team than Sheffield United in this game, and I think that the too many games maybe for Sheffield United took its toll, but Liverpool and especially Mane and Salah were really on form. And of course the early goal really helped Liverpool. It boosted their confidence. It was quite unlucky that Sheffield United's player slipped. I think it was Baldock, and Robertson gets another assist. In the past 2 seasons in the Premier League, Trent Alexander-Arnold has 20 and Andy Robertson has 17 assists, which is 2 of the most assists that anyone has had in the Premier League in these 2 seasons. Ryan Fraser of Bournemouth also has 17 assists, but nobody else comes close, and that is incredible. 2 fullbacks to be leading the assist charts is definitely surprising, but not surprising to Liverpool fans, because we know how the team plays. We are relying so heavily on Trent and Robertson. And I think that if we get injuries to those 2 players, then Liverpool could be in trouble, because I don't think that we have a replacement for either Trent Alexander-Arnold or Andy Robertson, not for the long run. And already Liverpool have a lot of injury problems. We have Fabinho, Lovren, Matip, Oxlade-Chamberlain out. And to make it worse, Naby Keita had to withdraw from this game because he got injured in the warm-up, and I think that's down also to the too much football that Liverpool have been playing. And Jurgen Klopp has been very vocal about it, and rightfully so, that the Premier League and the English FA needs to do something, because this Christmas period is just insane. The Boxing Day is a great tradition, and to start the new year with football is also brilliant, but maybe remove the fixtures from the 29th and 28th of December and put it to one of the slots where there are FA Cup replays and League Cup semi-finals. I mean, the League Cup semi-finals don't have to be 2 legs. The FA Cup games don't have to have a replay. In my opinion, those should be stripped away, and you should make these December games a little bit less hectic, because there are so many injuries. I heard that Newcastle United had 4 injuries in 1 game. It's just not right. So many injuries happening, and especially soft tissue injuries, muscle injuries, which is down to tiredness, fatigue. That can't be right. And Jurgen Klopp confirmed that Naby Keita will undergo a scan on the groin injury he sustained in the warm-up against Sheffield United. This is what Jurgen Klopp said. We are not wiser with Naby Keita yet, because he will have a scan today. I don't know exactly when, but somebody will then tell me the result of this. That didn't happen yet. I spoke pretty much to all of the injured players in the last few minutes. They all look good. Shaqiri looks good in a good way. He will not be available for the Everton game, but looks good. Oxlade looks good. Joel Matip looks good. Dejan Lovren, we spoke last night. He's looking good. Fabinho is out on the pitch doing the running stuff. They are really all in a good way. Our only problem is the games are coming so quick, so that's why there's no real news. Most of them will not be available for Sunday. But then from today on, we have 80 days until the next game. So we will see when that's possible. So we will see when, what is possible and when with the injuries. I think that it's good that we have 8 days until the next game, or like 6 days between the Everton game and the Tottenham game. So at least Liverpool have a little bit of a break after this absolutely crazy December period, which Liverpool came through with flying colors, I have to say. The goal by Mane when Salah picked him out like an eye through the needle, and it was just a glorious pass by Salah, who looks like he is back to his best. And he was really on top form. He could have had another 2 goals and an assist today. And I'm really hoping that both Salah and Mane can keep up this form, because so far they have been 2 of the outstanding players for Liverpool, and overall in the Premier League 2 of the best players as well. So I'm really hoping that they can keep it up, because then Liverpool will win their first Premier League title. We only need, I say in quotation marks, 13 wins. That's a lot, but we have 18 games left. If you put that into context, 18 games, 13 wins doesn't seem like an impossible amount. We can even lose 5 games and win 13, and we can still win the Premier League title. But of course, Liverpool don't want to lose any games, and I think that once the injuries are back, once the injuries are healing and the injured players are back, I will be a lot more confident. Right now, Liverpool are just 1 or 2 injuries away from total disaster, because at the moment we have so many injuries in defense. If either Gomez or Van Dijk gets injured, if Trent Alexander-Arnold gets injured, if Robertson gets injured, Liverpool will be in massive trouble, because we already lost, as I said, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita. We already lost Matip, Lovren. Klein is out long term. So Liverpool don't have a lot of bodies at the moment. And also Harry Kane, the 21-year-old, who is of course not a Liverpool first team player, but he was loaned out to Hull City. The club confirmed today as well. And also Ryan Brewster is set to join my other favorite club, Swansea. Of course, I don't love Swansea as much as I love Liverpool, but I'm still following them. So I'm actually happy that Brewster, one of the biggest young English striking talents, are going to Swansea. But he will only go after the Everton game, because Liverpool probably want to either start or get him on the bench, Ryan Brewster, and maybe get him a 30-minute cameo. And the Everton game is very tricky in the FA Cup. I think Liverpool will take it seriously, but we will have a mixed side, probably a side similar to the team that we played against Everton in the Premier League when Liverpool won 5-2, with a strong defense and some rotation in midfield and especially in attack. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Takumi Minamino hopefully either start or get off the bench and get 30 minutes in the Everton game. That will be fantastic. I'm really excited about this player. I think Minamino is a fantastic talent, and he is a really big player for Liverpool, or will be a big player for Liverpool in the coming years. And I think he will show why we brought him. Not necessarily against Everton, but in the next 6 months, he will show why we brought him. And Jurgen Klopp commented on the injury crisis. We have 12 adult players available for the Everton game, plus the kids, so that's not cool, but we cannot change it. I have no clue how it happened, the Naby Keita injury. I think it was the last shot in the warm-up when he felt something. He came in the dressing room and he was limping. Everybody who has played football has had this kind of injury, and it's not nice, it's painful. I don't know exactly what it is or how long it will take, but I can say already he will not be ready for Sunday. So it's so unlucky. Naby Keita just can't catch a break. When he was on course to cement his starting 11 place, when he was on course to be one of the regulars in the Liverpool midfield, he gets an injury in the warm-up, and it's just terrible luck for Naby Keita. He seems like an injury-prone player, just like Oxlade-Chamberlain. And Liverpool already had their fair share of injury-prone players before Daniel Sturridge. And I saw already some Liverpool fans saying that we should sell Naby Keita, which is absolute nonsense. He just needs to get a little bit of luck with injuries. Because, yes, he could be injury-prone, but it's still too early to tell. He has been at Liverpool for 1.5 seasons only. And yes, he had a lot of injuries so far. But you saw with the other players that they can come good. And once Naby Keita plays 4 or 5 months without injury, that's when you will see the best Naby Keita in your life. And that the best Naby Keita is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, I'm convinced. He can be a 10 goal and 10 assist guy in the Premier League every season. And that's if he can stay fit. So I really hope and I wish Naby Keita a speedy recovery, because we really need him for the next 5-6 months. And we need him in a fit condition. So let's hope that he recovers quickly from this unlucky groin injury. And Jurgen Klopp said this about the Everton game. Obviously, Everton are on fire, no surprise. I heard a little bit what Carlos said this morning. We have to make sure we are ready for that. That's why I said last night that we need the crowd, because that's the only advantage we have really in this cup game. There's no favorite, there's nothing, there's just two teams that play each other. In this case, two teams from the same city, so it's a derby, it's a big one. But how I said, the only advantage is that it's in our stadium, so let's use that and give you everything. That's the plan. And Jurgen Klopp also said that playing Everton won't influence his team selection. This is what he said. That would not be sensible, and I have to be. In the moment when I start getting emotional, and it's not during the game, then all of us being with Liverpool have a problem. I'm usually not emotional. I try to make decisions because of the situation and not because of the opponent. We respect them, how you can imagine. We respect the competition. We respect what the people want us to achieve. That's a very important part of it. But I cannot do things because of the name of the opponent. And that's a very good quote from Jurgen Klopp. I think that Liverpool really need to be very ruthless and just try to play the players who are fully fit and ready for the Everton game, because I'm sure that some first team players have some niggling injuries. I definitely want to see Origi start. I want to see Harvey Elliott start, for example, maybe Ryan Brewster as well, but I would put at least one of Mane, Salah or Firmino in the starting lineup. Probably Mane, because he looks like he just can play every 3 days. He's so fresh, so energetic. And in midfield, I would probably play one young player like Curtis Jones and maybe Wijnaldum and Henderson, or Milner and Henderson, something like that. And the back four, I wouldn't rotate too much. Maybe play Nathaniel Phillips as a substitute, and play Van Dijk and Gomez with Trent and Robertson, and maybe rotate them, like put Nat Phillips in after half time a little bit. So that's how I would play against Everton. But let me know, what kind of team do you expect and do you want from Liverpool? And I think this is a tricky tie, because Everton probably can't finish in the top 4, so they will fight with everything they have to get a victory at Anfield, their first victory for more than like 20 years, something like that. So I think that Liverpool need to be very careful, because this will be Everton's cup final. For Liverpool, it's maybe an unwanted game, because we want to play Champions League and Premier League. Those are the two very important competitions. The FA Cup, I don't think Liverpool will concentrate on it too much this season, because of how much we want that Premier League trophy. So Liverpool won't be too bothered if we go out of the FA Cup. And that's the reality, in my opinion. Seeing how Jurgen Klopp played the Liverpool teams in the League Cup, that's my feeling that he won't prioritize the FA Cup, definitely. But let me know what they think in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later, guys. Goodbye.